I was using my more Green Mile overdrive just to give it a little bit of depth and warmth for the hypnotizing sort of evil intros you could hear down there. It was slowed down quite a bit. It's slightly faster than the rest of the song. I thought it started off just a little bit fast because I felt like the original did, just barely. And then the rest of the song, I went with the tempo at half speed to really, really make it sludged down. So as you heard for that part, I of course start off with the higher end. I do feel like that's what he did. He had somewhere in that area, somewhere in that kind of sound. Right when he's about to sing, though, it seems like that first note gets way deeper. And so what I wanted to do, what I decided to do, was just switch to a deeper string for that first note. And it's probably not correct, but playing by ear has never been my best thing. Plus, I'm going to make it my own. I want to slow this down, make it sludgy, so I want to get deeper on that, but keeping that hypnotic second and third note, because it's the whole idea of that intro, I believe, is to be a little bit consistent and hypnotic sounding. So I went down to like any switches. So if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. I can understand you maybe staying higher notes if you're doing more traditional metal, but that's where I landed on that. And next I'm going to move on to the verse and the choruses, and I'm going to switch to my fuzz because it gets heavy right there, and I will show you next what I use and what I prefer. So for the rest of the song with fuzz, I'll be using my big muff, a little bit of EQ, and just a noise gate there. And I'll put on the second guitar, which I'll use my black rat. Now, I've tried the Proco rat before, but this cheaper black rat, I just like the sound of it so much better. I think it must be that vintage switch up there seems to make all the difference for me. I'll keep a little bit of EQ on it still, and noise gate. And I'll bounce that over, I believe, with a little bit of echo, just because the intro I bounced on my machine to some reverb. So I thought this might change it up a little bit. We want to feel a bit of a, emotion change from the intro to the rest of the song. Let's see how it turns out. So, I layered down the guitars like I was talking about, having two different effects. I used my rat for one and my newer muff for the other one, my green Russian sounding muff. And times when I was doing them, I started thinking, should have went even slower than half the speed. But then, most likely I'd lose the rhythm of the song that way, so I don't want to go that route. So I'm glad I stuck with half, because you can hear a little bit on my crappy monitors there that it definitely got the sludge, slowed down doom sound that I was looking for. Even though, like I said, the voice doesn't turn out exactly how I have in my head, but it'll surprise me sometimes, so I sort of like that. I'm pretty happy with that. So this part here, though, it breaks down and there's no vocals going on. And it goes on for a bit now that it's slowed down. It seems a little bit long. So for every riff set, I added on a second guitar, or an extra guitar, another guitar. And then for the next riff set, I added in an octave to it. And then on the next one, I built up from the previous one, phaser. So that gave it some thickness and some build-up feeling. Because after that, it's heading to the solo part, but first it sort of drops, gives you a little bit of a breather room before the solo comes in. So I like that build up and then drop off, and then the excitement of the solo. So I'm gonna go try to do the solo next, and let's take a look how that turns out in the end. So I just finished up the solo. I decided to use my 80 little big muff. It's got a little bit more of a fuzz sound, so that would stand out a little bit better than, well, up against the Green Russian I was using and the Black Rat for the rhythm. And I am a rhythm guitarist. I'm not a soloist. I've never claimed to be a soloist. I never really enjoyed doing solos. So don't judge me too harshly on it. But I went with what I felt a little bit. I gave it 3 or 4 tries. And here's a preview of the result right there. So you'll hear the full thing on the final mix, I'm sure. And next, gotta get to work on the bass. Hey, so there we have it. I just finished up the bass. I did a little bit of the same thing right there with the breakdown part. I muffled it first, and then I busted out and just opened, try to give that a little bit of a build-up, and it's starting to come together. So I get a little bit excited now, you know. Let me show you what I recorded the bass with. So for my bass, especially for doom or sludge kind of sound, I like to record on my Electro Harmonics hot tubes. It gives it a little bit of punch and power without too much overdrive and distortion. Then what I'm going to do next here is on my machine I'll bounce it to a compressor. That's always really helpful, it seems to me, on bass. And as you see, we're looking almost 7 minutes here with that song. So double the speed, or half the speed, seems about double the time. That makes perfect sense. And now it's all starting to come together. It's time to put on the vocals.